Hello there BookTube, my name is Daniel, welcome back to my channel Guilty Feet, and because this is the second review in a row of a book featuring a lion, albeit of the mountain variety, we're going to have to go back to the Bert well with put 'em up, because I've got no rhythm. We're going to review a book today called Open Throat by Henry Hoke, a very slim volume. This is 150 pages, not a lot of writing on each page, lots of white space, very, very easy read and a fun read. So this was recommended by a few people at the end of last year. It's actually on the shortlist for the Tournament of Books, which is a thing that I've spoken about before, which takes place sort of, they release a long list of 70 odd books, they reduce it down to a short list, and then they have a tournament where every day 2 books are judged one against the other, and eventually they pick a winner each year. It's been going on for 20 odd years. I've been following it for the last 5 or 6. It always throws up interesting, it's all fiction, always throws up interesting reads, books that are new to me, or usually authors that are new to me, as well as some that are familiar. So this year in the shortlist, I don't read the whole shortlist, so I can't follow and keep up. I don't have a dog in every fight that takes place, but this year there's quite a few, I think of the, how many was it, must be 16 in the tournament, and I will have read 5 of them. So Open Throat is in there. Emma Cline's The Guest, which I haven't read yet, is in there. The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store, which I have read. Fantastic. James Bride, I haven't done a review yet of that, but really super. Big Swiss by Jen Began, which I've also read and haven't done a review of, also fantastic. So anyway, this is one of those books, and one of the most accessible. Picked this up half price when I was in London. Don't know much about the author Henry Hoke, except that based on his author photo, he is in primary school. This is a book written from the point of view of I'll read you what the blurb says, a queer and dangerously hungry mountain lion. Not so, I mean, yes, he's the lion is queer, but that's not really a major, I wouldn't call this sort of an LGBT work, although maybe some people are championing the way. It's definitely a mountain lion work, because the whole book is told from the point of view of this mountain lion. So this is a mountain lion who can understand English, so can understand talk that goes on around him, but is unable to communicate in any sort of human way with the people around him, and is a mountain lion, so that generally a fierce and terrifying force of nature. And sort of a short story set in sort of the Hollywood Hills, and then for whatever reason the mountain lion comes down and moves among us in modern day Los Angeles, and the whole thing is sort of a metaphor for people in LA and how they live their lives, and some of that humour is quite broad and quite obvious, but I think nicely done and well told, and gets in and out before it gets too long. I'm trying to think of the last book I read that was anthropomorphizing, and I love that word, say it with me, anthropomorphizing, was probably Laline Paul's The Bees. I didn't read her book Pod, which I know some people had a problem with this summer, but The Bees is told from the point of view of the bees, and Pod was, I think, something similar if different, about a dolphin. So yes, so you might have a problem getting over the fact that the story is narrated by a mountain lion, but if you're here for that, if you are keen to see sort of satire of LA society and some obvious targets there. I'm not saying this is groundbreaking in terms of what it's satirizing, but done with enough wit, enough brisk attention to detail, a world that is built, a sort of internal logic of the thoughts of this mountain lion, which then play out in quite satisfying, at least to this reader's measure. So I enjoyed that. Open Throat by Henry Hoke won't be everyone's cup of tea, but it's not long enough. It's not around long enough to really tick you off, and I think a fun read amongst other things you may have going on. Open Throat, Henry, take care.